This is not financial advice, education purposes only, but to take profit on my Discord coming soon. Give me a shout out. Uh, join for free for the next 3 months. All right, so I took a loss. I was taking the first presented fair value gap after 10 a.m., which would be a silver bullet. And over here, I see it take down the low of the first 30 minute, the first hour, first 30 minute of the range. Um, and I see that okay, it could be a shift in a market structure. All the wicks where I graded out on the bottom left hand corner on that 1 minute chart, right? They never got close to, or the bodies of those candles never went below the 50% of that graded wick that I had laid out. And I was anticipating that it will flip on that bullish candle, right? And over here, I just posted like exactly how I posted in my Discord. Like, hey, you could put a second micro here, and that's how I like to do my trade. I'm grading out the wick between internal range high, the recent high before this down movement, and the 930 open, the high at 931. And 50% of that will be the event horizon. So sometimes you like get something, it might reverse at the event horizon and never take out the high. So the event horizon is also a good place to take your take profits. And I could have put a second micro here, but since following after the first loss, I didn't want to put a second micro. Right? I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to my same trade idea. I called out the short at 8 o'clock that it's going to go for that new week opening gap. I put it on my Twitter, and it's there. The timestamp is there. Everything's there, and it went for it like bangbusters, like gangbusters. Sorry. That's a SIBI. I just graded out that SIBI right there, right? And since it's a high resistance liquidity run, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick to the logic that I have for this trade, and I'm going to note out the macro, and I'm hoping that something happens between 10:15, 11:10 macro, right? That's why I put that macro there. I'm going to delete that shaded macro box, and I'm just going to use the horizontal lines, uh, sorry, the vertical lines, and I'm going to put macro there so that way you can see like the chart looks a little bit more cleaner when you're doing it. I have the first presented of the midnight price and all that, like that's just the indicator I have, and just the internal range liquidity. That's also a good take profit area. Maybe if you had two micros, you could take one off, put your stop loss at break even, depending on where you entered it, right? Like, I moved my stop loss up and then I put it down. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let this trade play out. Like, I don't want to, like, it's a high resistant. It could always come back to that bullish candle, the busy, where I've noted that you could buy a second micro here. It could always come back to that, retouch it, and go up. And there's a relative equal lows on the 15-second there, and I was just not feeling the moving my stop loss. I'm like, I'm just gonna let it go for my take profit. The event horizon is noted, and now I'm just waiting in this trade. I was in this trade for about 45, 50 minutes, so that's a long time to be in a trade where it's high resistance and such a small range. It's like just shy of 100 points, right? And I left something on the table, so that's just how. I just wanted to get out, make my money, and I'm done for the day. Like that's some grocery money right there, live on amp, right there. Take profit taken, and I leave something on the table. I could have went for a full 100 handles, 100 points.